Craig didn't get enough sleep last night. He's okay though.
So tired. Help me, help me. I've had 4 hours sleep. There's going to be tears.
We are at Frida Kahlo Museum? Or is this her house?
Both, maybe.
Frida Kahlo's house and museum. It's nice and blue. It's her blue house. Azul.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Sí.
Good luck.
You got tickets to 11:30?
Yeah,
The thing?
that's what I learned. We trapped on a desert island. Don't want more than 3 a day.
That's good to know. Trapped on a desert island, only 3 coconuts.
Yeah.
Is that enough to keep it alive, the coconut? Probably not.
It's not ideal, but it'll get you by 3 a day. No more because I'm going to get the shits.
I didn't know that about coconuts, but I also didn't know a whole lot about the Frida Kahlo Museum before I went there. But this is what I found out.
For activities.
Frida Kahlo was born July 6, 1907. She spent most of her childhood and adult life in La Casa Azul. Frida was diagnosed with polio as a child, and when she was 18, she was injured in a horrible bus accident, which caused her lifelong pain and medical problems. She was known for painting portraits, self-portraits, and nature, which she pulled inspiration from native folk art, post-colonialism, and many of her own experiences. Of the 143 paintings Frida did, 55 of them are self-portraits. Maybe she's the queen of selfies. In 1927, she joined the Mexican Communist Party where she met Diego Rivera, and they were married in 1929. Shortly after Frida and Diego were married, Frida became pregnant, but ended up losing the child due to medical complications. Alright, I'll stop talking now and let you enjoy the rest of Frida Kahlo's paintings and her house. These were quite interesting because they were formed by tiny little cups nailed to the wall. It was said that Frida Kahlo's workspace was left exactly like it was the day she died. I thought this was quite interesting. She had butterflies over her bed. Frida was also into fashion, and although many fashion designers pull from Frida's inspiration today, Frida will always be a timeless classic. This by far was my favorite dress. Frida Kahlo finished this painting 8 days before she died, on July 13th, 1954. After we finished with the exhibit, we wandered around the courtyard, hit the gift shop, and I sat down to draw for a little bit. Well, that was awesome. We're all done with the Frida Kahlo Museum. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't know where we're off to next today, but should be quite the adventure. Let's take one last look at her blue house. Pretty cool. Would have been a nice place to create things. All right, on the road. All right, back out. Back out. Coconut? I think coconut's back that way.
So we're exploring around here for the rest of the day, I think. If that's right with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's nice weather. Yes! Yay!
Bring on the sun!
Woo! Sunshine!
Can't match your enthusiasm. So we headed deeper into Koyokan in search of food, but we found this lovely park. It is bright outside right now.
Where are we, Dave?
We're in Koyokan. Koyokan. I think.
You mean coyote?
Maybe. Yes, the literal translation is place of coyotes.
And the problem is this, is there'll be loads of food places and they'll all have wipeable menus and too many choices, showing tackiness, where we want taco-ness.
Tacos. I'm feeling like that's a good idea, so should we stay here or should we get off the beaten path?
I'm quite hungry though.
Okay. Maybe we should stay here. So.
Let's get some wipeable menus and order some tacos.
Alright, sounds good.
¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Yeah, bro. What's your number?
¿Tu nombre?
Craig.
Craig?
I like to keep restriction. I'm like, why? That's because I'm really tired.
Very smoky.
As much as that other one. It was the lunch spot.
Yeah,
Really smoky.
that was really smoky. But that was like open barbecue. I feel like that we would expect it to be smoky. Eventually, the food arrived. Cauliflower tacos.
Woo! Got smallies. Two. That means two. Mole means mole.
Craig showed off some of his fancy knife skills, and we dug right in. After lunch, we stopped by this cool vintage toy shop that had all these cool little figures. And Craig needed to lay down at the park for a little bit to recover from lunch. So I cruised around and explored the area on my own while Craig took a nap. I eventually headed back and met up with Craig, but he was being a little weird. I don't know what he's doing, but we're sitting in front of a cathedral, hopefully not getting shooed off. Having another coffee?
Coffee for the... No tears yet.
No tears. No tears.
Coffee. So
That's
when
good.
the crash comes, weeping.
Weeping.
One dog, 12 eyes.
There's what? There's a six-eyed dog, three-headed dog there.
Hydra. Chop off one head and two more go out.
Next, we headed into the cathedral to check it out. As we left the cathedral, there were some kids outside playing with fireworks. Of course, we had to get some, so we picked some up, and we decided to try to hit the GoPro.
Está bien, no problem, my friend. No problem at all.
We got the okay from an older gentleman passing by, which was reassuring. After we left the park, we headed to a local market, cruised around and checked out a few things, and then headed back towards our hostel. We ate a quick meal at the rooftop bar at the hostel as we watched the city prepare for the Pride celebration. That's the end of this episode. Comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next adventure.